Oklahoma, if you weren't pissed enough by that case that we talked about yesterday regarding Sarah Duffy, the woman that posted that Netflix trend documentary, I'm going to read you the media release from the Owasso Police Department regarding what led up to this event, okay? Tuesday, June 9th, 2026, at approximately 8:12 p.m., Owasso Police took a sex crime report from a juvenile and a parent that came to the Owasso Police headquarters. The crime was reported to have occurred approximately 1 hour prior to the pair coming to the police department at an elementary school located at 1500 North Ash Street in Owasso. Upon further investigation, it was discovered that a basketball coach, later identified as Jeremiah Sean Duffy, a coach of a traveling competitive basketball team, had inappropriately touched a juvenile female member of the team he was coaching inside the school during an event that evening. Now, listen to this part because you're about to get really fucking mad, all right? Similar conduct by this coach toward this particular juvenile player was reported to have occurred over an extended period of time in multiple law enforcement jurisdictions across multiple states prior to the incident. The team is not associated with the Owasso Public School System, nor was Mr. Duffy associated in any way with Owasso Public Schools, but the team was renting the facility in the court while public school was not in session. The incident was witnessed by another team coach who immediately intervened and reported it to the juvenile's parents, and they in turn came to the Owasso Police Department once the parent arrived to collect the juvenile from the event. Hang on, because you're about to get even more mad. The suspect in the incident, meaning Sean, fled the scene and had not been seen by Owasso police since. The suspect's wife at the time of this incident was contacted and after questioning was provided information on how to seek an emergency protective order against the suspect through the Tulsa County Courthouse. During the investigation, detectives learned that the suspect, 48-year-old Jeremiah Sean Duffy, is a member of the Osage Indian tribe of Oklahoma. Since the reported incident on this evening occurred in Indian country, the suspect is a member of a federally recognized tribe, and this incident was considered a major crime under the Federal Major Crimes Act in Indian country. The report listing the crime of lewd molestation of a minor was sent to the U.S. Attorney's Office for review, ending the jurisdiction of the Owasso Police Department over this reported incident. Very interesting. Bear with me, we're going to keep going. On Thursday, July 23rd at approximately 11:16 p.m., Owasso police responded to a reported domestic violence incident at a private residence. I'm going to leave this one out. In Collinsville, Oklahoma, inside the city limits of law enforcement jurisdiction of the city of Owasso and Owasso police. At the time, the Owasso E911 Center received a 911 call from this address whereby dispatchers heard a woman screaming, followed quickly by what sounded to be a gunshot. There was no answer to the repeated attempts by dispatchers to hail anyone on the other end of the call. A few moments later, the E911 Center received another call from a juvenile caller advising his stepfather had shot his mother. The juvenile caller was calling from a nearby neighbor's home. Within minutes, officers arrived on scene and entered the home to find two deceased individuals with apparent gunshot wounds to the head. Investigators continued to work this investigation, although they advised it appeared to be a murder-suicide event. The juvenile caller was taken into protective custody at the time and was later released to an uninvolved parent. Investigators learned that the victim, 43-year-old Sarah Jane Duffy, had been granted a protective order against Jeremiah Sean Duffy following the previously listed incident. No reports of the suspect, Jeremiah Sean Duffy, violating the police order were made to Owasso Police Department prior to this incident on 7/23. Now, I know that was a long one. This is important because prior to this event, I believe it was back in 2021, Sarah had filed for two separate VPOs against Sean Duffy. He violated those. He received a convicted felony for violating previous VPOs. Why was he coaching a girls' basketball team? Why, if this was reported in multiple states over multiple jurisdictions, was he continue to be allowed access to this child? Or other children, for that matter. This is a failure. This is a classic Oklahoma failure on multiple levels by multiple jurisdictions. And it's disgusting. And it's terribly sad.